Hey guys, welcome to another episode of How to Get Higher Ups. This episode we'll be looking at A2Z. I don't know if many of you know this, but he played on Torqued with a lot of pros from My Power in a recent Philadelphia LAN. He played with Steel, he played with AZK, and they actually won Philadelphia, beating enemy GG like 16-2. 16 something like in a best of 3, so definitely he's a really good player. Sorry about that, I just had to move my chart for a sec. We'll be analyzing his game on Dust 2 because I feel a lot of people are, pugging on Dust 2, like popular maps like Cache, Mirage, Dust 2. So I'll try to, find demos of higher ups players on, these maps which can actually help you. Let me just make my crosshair color so you can actually see. I think that's better. So this is a pistol round. His team, I think, opted for the B-Rush, I think. With the B, I guess, tries to go for the trade mid-doors. As you can see, he's constantly, moving while shooting. He's not committed to fighting him at the mid-door angle because I guess like USPs are really powerful if you just try to fight them straight up. So you try to get like a strafe shot on him. And now it's a 3v3. So see on the minimap, his teammate went out mid and died, so he knows one guy's on B site and another guy shot him cat. So he and his teammate decided to go up cat, kill this guy. He faked, I think he's trying to fake bomb a little bit and go B together with his teammate, which is a really smart thing to do. Because the A player probably thinks that they went cat, or holding cat, but they're actually going to be. Tries to jiggle peek that corner, just see if anyone's backside, so he does just get instant kill. Checks the left corner, which is really good. Knows this guy's on B, Doris. His teammate is holding the mid guy. And here is where the decision making comes in, right? You see how he doesn't go for the plant, right? Because 2v2 situation, he's on B side alone by himself. If he goes for the plant, he's going to be instantly killed, right? So he tried, and even after his teammate died, he tried to go for the trade because in a 1v2 situation, you want to, get a 1v1 battle or try to kill one of the guys first and then take another 1v1. It's like he isn't holding the door angle, right? He isn't holding it. He's trying to get a pick as fast as he can so he can actually clutch. This round he opted for Armored Eagle. Second round Force is pretty common on Esea, and you guys should really do it too because you could still buy AKs on on the fourth round. So his team kind of got wrecked, so there isn't really much to analyze there. So let's look at the money. Yeah, this was a really good round by the CT side. They got a full save this round, so I'm expecting something fast, maybe rush B to get it over with. It looks like he's just wanting to go A, depending on where he's spawning. Oh, this is actually really interesting. His teammate dropped him an AK, and they opted for armor. So I think they're actually maybe 3-man queue or 4-man queue. So, I mean, you could do this, but it's really risky. You're basically banking your whole round on A2Z having AK, but let's see what he does. So, 2 of his teammates died really fast at mid. So, his teammate probably called that one's like pushing up mid or lower. Definitely knows one's lower. Kills the guy at cat, which is really good, It's really good spray. Holds for the guy lower for a bit. Make sure he isn't peeking him. If he does, that's easy kill. Tries to work for picks at long. Try to keep aware how he pre-aims certain angles. So his teammate threw a really good flash for the guy at pit. Now he has to get another frag to remotely be close to winning this round. He knows one guy's probably CT holding for the cross. And that guy just made a huge mistake by peeking. I'm trying to bait out the shot. and his teammate actually, you know, pistol faked the flash. I think he threw a real flash and actually got crossed, which was really smart. And now his teammate just planned it for long, right? And you see how he isn't helping his team. Some might think that he's baiting, but really he's playing smart. You know, in a 2v1 situation, you don't have to peek at all. Wait for the CT to get on the bomb. If he does, instant kill him. There isn't really much to say, and I'm really surprised they actually won this round. And now the CTs are in an awkward situation economically. They have pistols and no nades. So So the opera killed the guy mid, and he didn't spot any more across. So but his team didn't go B yet. So he didn't do anything wrong that round. Even though he died, you know, he was expecting the guy there. He just didn't win the aim duel. A lot of players will, you know, die because they don't expect the enemy to be at certain angles, but that was definitely not the case. A2Z definitely expected, you know, a cat player to be there at that timing. He was holding for it, but unfortunately he just, you know, his aim was off there. His team won the round, and he decided to go Lyric B by himself and gets one easy kill. You see how he isn't rushing things, right? He isn't rushing anything. He's clearing angles very carefully. This is also like a common mistake for a lot of players, right? They tend to rush things after they get the initial kill. I mean, even like I do this a lot. Like after initial kill, I wouldn't expect another player to be there because I would think that he's gonna probably trade ASAP. But a lot of people tend to try to bait their teammates as well, so you gotta account for that. But that was definitely a really good play by him. And his team finish off the round. So let's look at the nades that he bought. He has 2 flashes, 1 smoke, and an incendiary nade. So he's gonna smoke off mid doors. I think this is a fast cat play. Use 1 flash, just in case the guy's opping. Another high flash for the cat player. His team already threw it, so he didn't throw it, you know. There's also something to keep in mind. If you see your teammate throw the exact same flash that you're gonna throw, like, don't waste it. That's a nice kill right there. And his team spotted the other guy's CT, so he tries to trade with him. You know, the thought process was correct, right? The thought process was correct. You know, my teammate just jumped down to kill this guy. He was lit. My teammate just died. If I go down there and trade him, it'll be a 1-for-1 trade, and it'll still be in the T's favor. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him, but you know that was the instant decision making, and it was the correct decision making. His team actually won that round with 2 players surviving, so the CTs are on a save. He's gonna go for the exact same play. Look at the way he peeks that angle, right? He isn't fully committed to peeking the entire cat angle. He's just focused on peeking the guy hiding under stairs because he saw him there. Like he knows that he's trapped there, so there's no need to, you know, be more aggressive because you might get punished by more people holding the angle. Like, and this is just a basically easy rotational kill. He knows this guy's probably gonna come from A. I finish him off. So basically what the takeaway there is to not be overcommitted with your peaks. Even though some players might, you know, be really aggressive, right? I know he's trapped, so I'm gonna push him. I'm gonna kill him, right? But A2Z kind of chose the less risky way of playing that. You know, I know he's trapped. He's gonna peek me sooner or later, and I know it's a for sure kill, so why not? He got up cat for free. Nate dunked on him, 30 first 30 HP. So now he knows there is Opera mid because one of his teammates already died to him, and there's a 1 on A for sure because someone just threw a nade. And I think his team spotted the guy Car. So that was really good. That was really good by him and his team. You know, trying to molly off that spot. But definitely, that was an uncommon. I wouldn't say it was uncommon, but he just didn't check elevator. He got instant killed by the op, so. And his team won the round again, so it's really interesting. So, look how he decides to buy a Molotov again. And I'm pretty sure that he's in Molly the exact same position. And you guys also have to understand that he uses his smoke and flash almost always for mid and yeah, for mid doors basically. Like you don't want to just smoke it because that smoke actually doesn't cover the cat cross. Like if you're going up on cat, the opper can still see you. So you want to make sure that you want to time it with the timing that you're going up on cat to actually throw a flash. So then you can actually safely get on cat like how he did. And he got a pick through the smoke mid, which was really good, and he tried to be more aggressive mid, but he got punished. But definitely try to do what he's doing here to get up cat, which is really safe. You know, he never got picked. And what happened there is why I'm so aggressive, right? Just going straight suicide because his teammate is actually covering mid for him. So if the CT opper was to peek, he wouldn't be peeking A2Z. He would be peeking the opper, which was his teammate. And this was really good by him, you know, mauling off the side spot. And you know, he knows that no one's covering along from minimap, so he just automatically covers the angle for his team. He gets the easy kill and goes up cat, gets the guy rotating cat. Spots the guy A ramp, tries to one-tap him, but doesn't. But now his team, you know, is just gonna go back B, because last guy's on A. And there's no chance for this CT to win, so still really good information play by him, you know. In those situations, 4v1, you could play really aggressive. As long as you get the info on where the CT is, you just go to the other side, which is what their team did, and it was an easy round. And keep in mind, he bought another molly here, so definitely try to buy mollies. Use it for common spots on Dust 2. It's really powerful. A really good setup by him for the B rush. So he's gonna molly off window, which is really smart. So see how his crosshair is always aimed at, you know, either window or doors. Even though it's Molotov, even though it's smoked off. In this situation, some CTs might, you know, get really aggro because they want to get on site. They want to prevent you from getting the bomb. They want to get a couple kills before you plant the bomb because after that, the retake is going to be really hard. So he's like expecting that, and that's why he's doing that. So. But the thing is, he was flashed and nobody saw the guy jumping minority and they got punished for that. But the B take in the beginning was really good. You know, throwing the smoke from tunnels and then 2 flashes in perfect positions to get them safely into B site. And you see how the smoke landed to cover off, you know, big box angle and back site. And also window, so he could safely cross the car. And from car, he could easily Molotov off window because if you were at window and you wanted to peek car, you're basically exposed to the whole site, which the terrorists already had. In this round, they're taking it slow. He's holding the B push, you know, in a really good spot. He's not worrying about lower because his team is lower. And now just easy 4v1 situation, which his team actually shot him. Not sure if telling him, hey, wake up, what are you doing? But definitely go B. I'm pretty sure his team spotted him A. Yeah, that's a really easy round. Or he was expecting an eco actually, but this round they're on a semi-eco. Some people bought, some people didn't. So see how he always buys the same utilities, right? Because he knows that that's what he likes on this map. And you should be consistent with your buys too. If you have money for mollies, if you want to molly a certain spot, do it. The exact same A take. It might look easy in practice to see what he's doing, but You guys should try to practice that if you want to take cat, because the second flash that he throws completely blinds anyone that's coming fast cat. And that was able to secure him the easy kill there. And notice how he uses that molly. Perfect spot again. He just isn't getting any luck jumping down CT. This guy always kills him. But the reason why you don't want to deal with the bomb site spot on A side, because that's a headshot angle. And for headshot angles, as a terrorist, you have to hit a headshot for you to actually kill them, and it's actually really hard sometimes. And that's why, like, just use a molly, right? It's 400 bucks. It's so easy to just eliminate that angle. See how he's playing more passive this round, expecting an eco. Gets a free kill there. And see how he doesn't reload immediately. This is another mistake that a lot of new players make. After you get a kill, always expect the trade, right? Always expect someone else to capitalize on them thinking that you're going to be reloading. So the psychology is like, hey, my teammate died as a CT, right? Hey, my teammate died. He's probably, the T is probably reloading. So I'm going to push him while he's reloading. But A2Z is expecting that, so he's saying, wait, okay, you're probably going to push me now, but I'm not reloading. So if you were a CT and you were trying to push A2Z, it would have been an easy kill at cat, which was where he was aiming at. They decided to go B this round. They got flashed. Spotted the guy big box. His teammate kills him. Jumps up to this angle, which is really good. Mollies off. Kills the second B guy and immediately takes tunnels very aggressively. Yeah, CTs are not going to expect him to be there. You know, once you have sight, don't stay on site. You know, I see a lot of players for post-plant situations, like there's like 4 people just sitting on site, not doing anything. You wanna take as much map control for free as possible on post-plants, so the CTs are delayed even longer. I think his teammate spotted him not defusing, so he's not going for it. But now the CT has to stick it. Oh my god, that's a bad plant. Oh man. That sucks, but he played it well, I guess. He just didn't know where it was planted, which was unfortunate. And is this the actual round, or is this the warm up, or this is the halftime? Either way, he played it really well. I think a lot of things you can take out of the way that he's playing. Yeah, I don't think the game started yet. So now in the pistol round, let's see how he plays this. By his armor, looks like he's going A. Actually, maybe not. But he already has 17 kills, which is top fragging the entire server, which is really good. Tries to peek mid. Sees that none of his team is in B, so he goes B. Plays a window angle on... Plays like a retake angle on B, but now he realizes that, let me get further up in the site, so I could actually contest, you know, earlier. All his team died in A. Can only play for retake now. See, the reason why he's taking these fights at CT spawn, just like sitting there, right? Like, you're probably curious, why isn't he strafe shooting? Why isn't he AD-ADing? Why is he just crouching and shooting with the ESP? Because at that angle, it's almost impossible for a Glock to kill you in one shot. Like, headshot you. So you want to take that fight. Like, that's a good fight. You want to be committed to certain fights that you know you have an absolute advantage. And he also just one-tapped the gun on Cat, which was... And this was a crazy retake by his team. I think it was a 2v4. And they actually win this round. So really good decision making. You know, trying to be committed to fighting the guy. As a terrorist, like as a terrorist, you don't want to take that fight, right? It's long range, you have a Glock, it isn't beneficial for you. So I don't know why he did that, but you know, you shouldn't do that. And this round, he opts for M4 and head armor because he got so many kills on pistol. Yeah, this is a good play by him, you know. Always try to grenade long. It doesn't matter how many times you have grenaded it and no one came. It is always a good idea. Because that one round, they're gonna call A-Rush, and you nade it. There's gonna be 4 players, 5 players with like 50 HP, and you can just mow them down after they come out. He's playing A-site. They're down a man. So he's not over-rotating, you know, wherever his team died. It's just, hey, 45, you know, we could do this. Holding A-site. Spots the guy. Oh. That's a really good flick shot by him. See how overpowered this angle is? Like, he's still not dead. He can just shoot, crouch, reload. When he has bullets, he just rapes them. See, that's why you don't want to deal with that angle as a terrorist. With that angle, you either have to one-tap him, or things like this could happen to you, you know? As a CT, just gonna shoot, crouch, shoot, reload. It's way too powerful. That's why, you know, he understands that, and on terrorist side, he always buys a molly for this spot, specifically so what happened to the T's, that round doesn't happen to him. He's playing on T side. Smokes off tunnels. Goes for a double spray. Almost kills the other guy. Probably some miscommunication about who was playing B, because he didn't take the optimal route to B. Meaning, he wasn't at B the fastest that he could be, so that resulted in the terrorist being like almost out of tunnels already, so it was a bad angle for him. But you know, he challenged it, he got a kill, and the second player got lit, which is pretty good. Tries to challenge mid with op. Comes B at a slightly late timing. Oh, that was a bad timing for him. Oh, that was another bad timing. Flicks the first guy. Kills the second guy. Ooh, those are some crazy shots there. Let's see if his team actually won. Oh, his team actually won the last round, so the terrorists were pretty low on money. But nonetheless, it was an impressive opping at B. You know, he knows that they're gonna come from T-spawn or tunnels. He hears this guy. It's an easy frag for him. You know, he was holding this angle for a long time. I just seem like it's the other one. Excuse me. Kind of tired right now. But yeah, that was a really great hold. Also expecting the players, you know, because the terrorists, it was very unlikely for the terrorists to expect them to be that pushed up the op, holding a very aggressive angle. So he took advantage of, you know, the terrorists not knowing that could happen to him, and killed him and won his team the round. This peak, I wouldn't necessarily agree or disagree. If you're peeking mid with an op as a counter-terrorist, there's always one of the risks that you have to take. You know, either I'm going to help my team be really well off for the rest of the game, right, by getting early 5v4 advantage, or I'm going to lose my team the early advantage and give T's the early advantage. So it's a risky play. Didn't pay off that time, but you know, it's all about what you think you can do versus what you think the terrorists can do. If you think that they're not opping or they have a bad opper, you might want to take that peek. If you think you're playing really well this round, you're hitting every shot, you might want to take that peek. But nothing wrong with that play, just sometimes it's unnecessary if you're up by a large margin like they were. It's like 15-5. So they have this full save this round. Some team bought. He knows that once mid doors, he hears the jump and checks the Xbox. So he was expecting to be here there a little bit, but yeah, he didn't have armor, and the terrorists played it pretty well too, so let's move on to the next round. So A2Z is mostly a B player, but this round is a save, so he's probably, by the looks of things, he's going A. Probably isn't much to do, or isn't much to expect this round. It's just gonna try to counter flash himself too long and peek after nothing's there. So TD's probably lost this round. I mean, they don't have any equipment, they don't have any guns. You know, this is also another thing that you might want to take into consideration when you're playing ecos, right? If you have a P250, if you have a 5.7 or a CZ, you want to be at close quarters where you can actually one-shot the opponent. So at that situation, you don't want to be playing pit. You want to be playing closer to doors. So you might actually one-tap the terrorist. So he made the right choice, but it didn't pay off. But csgo sometimes is more about making correct decisions that will maximize your advantage in situations. So when you do that, over time, the decisions that you make will guarantee you an advantage over your team. I mean, over your enemy, and that will play out to your advantage by, you know, getting more kills, is resulting in more kills or more round wins or winning the game. So this round he opted for op. It's just holding a cat angle, which is not uncommon, by holding it from ramp. Pretty unfortunate though, his team lost B. Oh, the bomb's actually coming A though. Oh, he missed. If he had that kill, he might have clutched it, but just unfortunate his team lost the B side that fast and he had it op. So either way, they weren't gonna win that round. Sorry for yawning so much. I mean, I don't know what's happening, but it's not even late right now. I'm just yawning. This forces them to save again, which I'm not expecting much. See, when you are saving, right, you want to get to those close angles, whether it is cat, whether it is long. You don't want to be playing from sight, you know. You want to take that chance. If they're coming cat, I could kill them. I could one-shot them. Just takes a duel with the guy lower. I don't even know why the guy lower is still fighting him. He has like 20 HP. Bomb was planted for the tees, and he should try to go for the gun, but I don't know what he's trying to do here. There's nothing for him to save. Trying to set himself up for pop flash. So that was his play. You know, his play is to wait for his team, wait for the T's to actually rotate out of tunnels or mid, and flash himself into lower. So that's another really smart thing that he did. You know, if he just went for the gun, which was, he probably could have got the gun, but he probably wouldn't have been able to escape. Meaning, once he has the AK and the bomb's down, the terrorists can still come from tunnels and can actually kill him. But instead, going for it after is actually better. So this round, he smokes the cross for himself, so it gives him a little more safety along, and then he counter flashes. Team dies cat, so he's covering his angle. And that was unfortunate. He lit the guy up a cat. The guy had like 10 HP. His team lost the round again. So what happened there was, even though he didn't get both of those kills, he got the first one. Gotta understand the reason why he's rotating, right? His team just died at cat, so his thought process was like, hey, cat is open. I have to cover this angle for my team. And the rotation was almost instant. There was no hesitation. Like, he knows the correct play at that situation on a 45 is to cover the angle that isn't being covered. So this round it guessed one guy running out mid. I really don't know what the terrorist was doing this round. Seems like some of them rushed B, some of them rushed mid really early in the round, and they pretty much just threw the game away. Okay, see how he plays Goose. You know, 4-1 situation. His teammate at A is Alan Doris. So he has to drop a plain cap. So you might want to wonder, why isn't he playing close cap? Why isn't he playing ramp? Why isn't he playing headshot box? Why is he playing Goose where he's not getting, any information, Honestly, the reason is, like, you have low HP, you're in an unexpected spot, and if they come, the last guy was saving with off, it's a pretty easy kill for him, so that would be that. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this